What's up, guys? Welcome to another edition of our Dynasty Spotlight series. Here, today's episode is on Los Angeles Rams receiver Tutu Atwell. He was the 57th pick of the draft, coming in round 2. A bit of a surprise pick, smaller guy, but he's a fast one. He can blaze.
Oh, yeah.
But like I said, small. We got him at like 5'9", 160-ish. There's reports of weights all over the place.
Yeah, some very light.
But he's electric with the ball in his hands, and he's a great deep threat. So I'll kick it over the dock. How are we feeling about Tutu?
So I like Tutu Atwell as a player. At the next level, I mean, whereas I'm not worried about guys like Devontae Smith being a $165, Tutu's very small. Some I think had him like in the 140s or something like that, which is very, very thin. But nonetheless, I mean, the dude is electric with the ball in his hands, like Alec mentioned. And, he's going to a place with a guy like Sean McVay, who's, if anyone's going to be able to figure out how to utilize him in the best way possible, McVay is going to be one of those guys. So I like that aspect of it as well. In terms of value right now, as much as I like him going to the Rams, I mean, they did just use a second rounder on Van Jefferson a year ago. They have Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods currently. So current value, probably not a ton, and it's maybe not the most exciting landing spot for him for the foreseeable future. But overall, it's a great spot for him, and I think this is a good place for him to kind of develop and might be a guy worth looking at.
Yeah, I agree. Obviously, Van Jefferson, I think, is the one name where people, forget about. But Van Jefferson's a talented receiver, too, so it's like no sure chance that he just slots into the number 3 role. But I will say, on the chance they selected him high, so I'd say they have some sort of a plan for him. And if he is able to, seriously take that number 3 job, I mean, this is an offense where Brandon Cooks was, it was Cooks, Woods, and Kupp, and all 3 of them had value that 1 year. So there's an off chance where he could have real fantasy value. Is it likely? Probably not. I think as he really makes the whole offense better, but will fantasy points be relevant? Not so much. I kind of thought of when we were talking about his weight, a pro player comp for him, since we actually didn't do a Tutu Atwell show before, like we did a lot of these top-end prospects. Kind of reminds me of a Travis Benjamin,
Oh, yeah.
Real nice speedster, great on special teams.
Kind of small.
Real thin, but yeah, I mean, can be a great deep threat, can, return punts, return kicks,
right.
Get some jet sweeps. So, yeah, that dangerous weapon, but
yeah, that's always where you wonder if it translates.
Will he ever have a real fantasy, maybe a nice best ball play?
Yeah.
But in standard leagues, I just don't see yourself wanting to start him very often.
Yeah, in terms of consistent week-to-week value, to no fault of his own, I just don't see it happening, at least for the next couple of years. We'll see how their offense changes in that time. But, at least for now, I don't really see a ton of value for him. So, in terms of rookie startup draft, Al, what do you think? Where are you taking him now that he's an LA Ram?
Yeah, it's just rookie draft. Like
let's just do rookies.
A 3-round rookie draft.
I shouldn't say startup.
Yeah,
rookie draft.
Probably 3rd round.
Yeah, probably 3rd round. If you're really hurting at receiver and you like Tutu, maybe a late second you take a flyer on him. Sure, that's fine.
And maybe if you've got Robert Woods or Cooper Kupp, and then it's almost like a little bit of handcuff if they go down. Like sure, his volume should tick up, but you have no real plan for him unless one of those guys go down.
I like that. Even if you have Van Jefferson shares too, I think you could say the same thing.
Right.
Kind of going forward.
One of those 2 guys should be playing on 3 receivers.
So one of those guys will have big value within the next couple of years, I would think.
Yeah.
So fresh startup league. I don't really know that we.
Yeah.
I don't really know that
real
you
late
draft
flyer if that. Yeah.
Late round flyer, most likely anything at this point. Again, I love Tutu Atwell as a player. He's absolutely incredible. Very fun to watch. I just don't know if it'll be consistent enough to warrant like a higher pick or even a roster spot at this point. But I mean, the dude's electric, and like I said, if anyone's going to figure it out, McVay's got just as good a chance as anyone. So it's someone you need to keep your eye on for sure, but wouldn't be expecting any 20-point games on a consistent basis from him.
Agreed. All right.
So I think that's all we got on Tutu Atwell. Let's see. I mean, if you're looking to start up a dynasty draft, mastersfantasyfootballleagues.com, the place to do it. Premier destination for dynasty fantasy football and redraft leagues if you're into that as well. Come join a league. Come join the Masters family. Got plenty of orphans that you can scoop. Over 600 leagues we've had dynasty-wise. Haven't folded a single one. So we kind of know what we're doing in the dynasty fantasy department. So come get a team. Come add Tutu Atwell to that team, and let's see if he takes off.
Yeah, thanks for listening, guys.
We'll see you next time.